Greetings, Divine Ones. We are the Galactic Dragons. We speak to you from the Galactic Center, bridging transmissions of energy and light within multiple universes. We are gateway keepers and ambassadors to vast realms of light. We love this role in our co-creation, and we share with you, with great joy. As you are living on Earth, the energy you experience is opening up for you in revolutionary ways. As part of this, we initiate this communication with you. We translate for you the energies within our collective larger wholeness and invite you to feel and participate, consciously, in a more unified, universal sense of community. Life as you know it, is changed. We've shared this with you before and we say it again, for it is true, nothing is the same for you. Yes, there are still many human beings living along timelines largely associated with the separation agent with limitations and fear. But there are also more and more human beings who have opened up to their direct knowing. With this inner connection re-established, you and others are uncovering the truth of who you are. You have realized the distortion of ideas of separation and the illusionary power of fear and limiting ideas. Although many who have awakened are still learning to live the truths they have remembered and discovered, there is nonetheless, through this remembering, a vast momentum underway in your world. This momentum is a momentum of light. The momentum has opened up a new timeline and the diversity of views and frequencies on your planet now is vastly expanding. The light within you is your connection to your source. The divine within. You are a divine being and yet your human body holds only some of the frequencies of consciousness that comprise your wholeness. The spectrum of your essence present here is enlarging. In the fullness of your being, what we often call your divine self, there are multiple layers of harmonics and an arrangement of light. As the fullness of your being, you are so exquisite and refined, pure and clear, expansive and powerful. This energy field animates your human experience and simultaneously nourishes all aspects and expressions of your being. This stream of light is infinite, and it is your gateway to oneness. All that you experience comes to you through the hierarchy of your being. For so long human beings sensed a hierarchy of being, and in that, they imagined God, a being separate and higher, better and holy, to be adored and loved, and even feared. They imagined someone loving who looked over them. They did find it troubling and mysterious how they could feel and know this immense loving energy and still experience such awful and painful experiences. There was in these times, a sense that God was somehow perhaps displeased, or that one needed to make God happy with supplication and worship, to achieve good experiences. In effect, to earn them by winning God's favor. Now these ideas may seem a bit silly to you, but they were very real for many and in fact, still are real for many. The idea that you are God is still not just radical but blasphemous to some. The earnest wish to be pleasing to this imagined divine being outside of you, called by many, God, came from the best understanding of the many. This idea was also maintained and the distortion expanded by some who stepped forth in religious traditions and in other ways, as leaders acting as an intermediary to connect you to God. Eventually, there was this idea that you could not connect directly to God, yourself. In fact, for much of life on Earth, human beings did not even trust themselves to pray, but rather, felt that only holy people could speak directly to God. Now, even in the awakening community, there are those who help you bridge your vaster connections, and yet there is a stage in this process of conscious evolution in which you must go direct, yourself, to the connection within and learn to trust your inner knowing beyond all else. The remembering that you are experiencing, that the divine is you and is access within you, directly, is sorting all this out. You may still think of the oneness that is, as God, or source or infinite intelligence, but you know this energy is one and the same as you. We dare you to live this. As this return to a more direct relationship with creation takes place, the potential for human experience is expanding and the potential for humanity to know God is expanding. It is a very exciting transformation to participate in and to witness. All of us feel tremendous joy as the planetary field of Earth opens up more and rises in frequency, giving Earth and humans easier and more direct access to higher consciousness through light and the templates and activations of the informational structure of this light. The recent transitions that many of you experienced in September have made for a very different playing field. This was true for the year 2015 when we first shared this message, and again, now in 2016, the cycle is repeating, spiraling out and upward, expanding as you expand and evolve. We are asking Ailia to add to and revise this message, for parts of it are important now to be remembered, and we are updating it to help you feel how you are changing in ways that are like a spiral. We want you to feel how this cycle is perpetual, how you are perpetually expressing in many points of focus and in this human life, integrating it all. This playing field, your life experience, is elevated and new because many of you have now achieved resonance with untapped levels of your own embodiment. That's what the new playing field is. An untapped level of your own perception and experience of embodiment. Access to this new level is made possible now by the changes in your energy state and the affinity you now have with higher frequency fields. Accompanying this time, in 2016, is a new parallel, a new timeline that is refreshingly pure and coherent. This is the timeline of Earth's fulfillment as love. You are being altered through the amplification and expression of this timeline, and it is interacting with your energy system with knowing, and you are infusing this timeline with the signature that you, in essence, are. Given all this, be aware of how you perceive life and allow your sights to soften so that subtle newness can emerge. Perception is a filtered experience of energy that helps you to focus and unfold your lives. Affinity and frequency create this filter of perception. Think of frequency differences as definitions that make different experiences and perceptions possible. As you become different in your own embodied frequencies, you have an affinity with different fields because your energy defines your access in different ways. You, living a human life, have a rich, complex and multi-layered energy field. Your human energy system is comprised of your own wholeness through cosmic energies that inform you and consistently enter your field and sustain you. Your human energy system is comprised of planetary electromagnetic energies that enter your field and help you to ascend. Your human energy system is comprised of solar energies and frequencies of your own human perfect blueprint, through sunlight and through the sun-based foods you eat and digest, internalizing their energy and organizing qualities. Your human energy system is comprised of pranic energy through your breath. You also shape energy and are comprised of structures of energy based on your thought and attention. You encounter one another, and sometimes you pay so much attention to another that you tune to their energies. You call this taking on their energy. In truth, you are not taking on their energy but rather, tuning yourself to it by attention. Learn to be with one another and be sovereign and free. You travel and meet people and go places, and in all of this encounter frequency imprints from other times and people. All of this transforms and changes your dynamic human energy system. When you are in a state of sovereignty, your energy system intelligently can assist you by getting what benefits you through higher vibrational resonance. You experience galactic energies streaming into your world and universal cosmic energies and the qualities of these based on and shaped by large fields in your solar system and your universe. You read or go to events or channel yourself, and in doing so connect with non-physical fields of light. You do this through prayer, by reading. You change your field as you give attention to anything. You listen to music, or look at images, or art. Watch films or TV, participate in a conversation. You often open yourself up to the energies of nature and are influenced by the balancing qualities of the elementals. All of this takes place and the state of your energy determines what of it integrates and informs you. Your body itself is comprised of a perfect template of knowing and infinite intelligence, and your blueprint for this embodiment and your ongoing informing from your divine self. To optimize this, care for your frequency often and with love. You, in this human experience, are an amazingly rich and dynamically informed field of light. The reason in part we describe for you some of the ways that you are this rich and amazing being is to help you to see the immense potential within your experience for ongoing elevation and refinement. You will never get it done. The optimizing of your field and the expression of your signature in light. Your energy field is always dynamically changing. There are endless ways of perceiving and knowing your human life, based on the different frequency arrangements you create, generate, choose, entrain to and allow to create your field. Your presence is generating, moment to moment, based on an enormous variety of inputs, some of which we've just described for you. You are flashing on and off as matter and light, completely merging with the divine oneness instant to instant and then reinforming your presence here, quite literally. It is happening so quickly you cannot even notice this, and yet it is always reinstating you from the fullness of your being and all you are here. In all of this, you are thriving. You are fundamentally so well. Incredibly well. As is all of life. So then, what now? What next? What is possible here? Anything you can imagine and set about creating, beloveds. Anything. You are moving beyond limitation into a state of divine self-expression, and you are changing the world in which you are focused. We want so very much to be part of your experience because we know you as empowered beings of light. We are here to remind you of this and help you to release that which impairs your openness and impairs your thinking by limiting your sense of what's possible for you. The more you can release ideas of what you can and can't do and simply explore things, the more you will find you can do things you never did before. The more you will find you can create things you used to think would be impossible for you. In the earlier part of this life experience, we use linear terms because that's how you experience life, by and large. Here, you had to learn to limit yourself. You did not come in here with limiting ideas, you assimilated these. Then they became normal to you. Other people had similar limits. You'll notice that whole family systems have similar limiting ideas. This is how it works because your energy, and you can change your field and your consciousness with your attention. Think about it for a moment. You can change your field and your consciousness with your attention. By what you pay attention to. What can you do with that knowing? What changes might you make to your life, knowing what you perceive is available to you, because of the state of your energy field? And knowing you create this field with your attention? Dynamically. We want you to see, if you can glimpse it, that nothing has a hold of you. Moment to moment you are entirely and completely free. What if you took that to heart and lived from that? What if you were not even sure you believed this but were fully willing to try it out? We tell you, the results, and the experiences that you would have, would demonstrate the truth of this to you amply and quickly. What if you surrounded yourself with positive, empowering ideas and people who thought that way and lived that way? What do you think would happen to you? What do you imagine might change in your energy and your experience, circumstances and situations, as you had your attention on these uplifted, joyful people and immersed yourself in the way they were living and thinking? Not hard to see that some of it would rub off onto you, now is it? Or that you might tune to that energy or take that energy on, as you often think of it. Isn't this wonderful? So if you want peace, you use your attention to choose what gives you peace. If you want financial abundance, you use your attention to notice abundance. If you want more clarity, you focus on clarity and notice clarity and cherish clarity and embrace clarity. You cultivate your energy field, consciously or unconsciously, and the implications of this are big. Light has opened up within you that can help you to access brilliant ideas. Incredible, enlightened inspiration for expressing yourself and improving your experience. Access to vast fields of coordination and amplification is available to you, and you are immensely supported by the planetary logos and the solar logos. These energy fields know you and love you and are continually transmitting waves of uplifting frequencies to Earth and you, to empower you to tune to the most beneficial arrangements of energy and light. As you consider all of this, we hope you see how different life on Earth is, and is becoming. How different your sense of self is when you realize these truths, and how you feel and think about all of creation. Human beings are beginning to understand the nature of their mind and consciousness, and thoughts, and how everything is energy. You're seeing the ways that limiting ideas create feelings and drive choices. There is so much enlightening energy in your world. A great variety of people are sharing their experience, and with this many doorways to wisdom and truth are emerging. The realization of how everything works together as one is becoming more and more available in collective consciousness, and life on Earth is becoming new again and again and again, in very beautiful and enriched ways. You are a distinct and beautiful expression of life as this human being who we share with right now. Your presence is dynamically changing and dynamically arising in this field of energy called Earth. As this field of energy you consider your body your human energy field. Dynamically arising moment to moment. The great remembering is liberating all of life on Earth from the separation age. It will take time for each human being to realize and live from the truth that there is not a singular God outside of themselves, but that they are the divine energy and can access it directly. Each human being is divine light energy and exists in a hierarchy of frequency and being that is vast, informed and whole. The inner knowing of this truth is a bandwidth of frequency whose time has come. The planetary frequencies have made this truth more available. There is a momentum of tapping into this, and it is lighting up your world. That truth, that persistent, gentle, spacious reality of you and your perfection. You and your innate belonging to and with all that is. It is here, and the time has come when enough energy has changed, in human consciousness and planetary fields, to make this truth more available and more commonplace. This return to direct relating with all of life and creation is the great remembering. This great remembering was the aspiration of this epoch in time and space. It has been accomplished. Now it is the living of this uncovered capacity that can and may be your focus. Why not live that? Life on the leading edge. It is simply a matter of how you choose to see yourself. We invite you to remember you are divine. We encourage each of you to consider what might be the most authentic form for your life given your divinity. What form and ways of being and expressing will most fully liberate you to enjoy this continually evolving experience of embodiment. To enhance that experience, we join you, bridging you into communication and connection with universes beyond your human knowing and helping to further reconnect all of us, consciously, to the great oneness. With love and enthusiasm, we are the Galactic Dragons.